A manufacturing plant at the center of a years-long WCCO investigation is filing for bankruptcy. It comes as Water Gremlin faces more than 90 civil lawsuits.
The company noted the accusations of causing cancer, even death, prompted the company to file. We've been reporting on developments at the White Bear Township plant since 2019. It started after the discovery of elevated and excessive emissions of a toxic chemical called TCE. WCCO's Jennifer Merrily asked an expert to dissect what bankruptcy means for the company and the community.
Water Gremlin has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. We asked attorney Roger Maldonado with firm Faegre Drinker to review the documents. He is not connected to the case.
They actually have more assets than liabilities. So it looks like it was a, working, successful, functional company.
At the time of filing, the company that makes battery terminals listed $66 million in assets and $28 million in liabilities, or nearly $38 million in capital, owing $21 million to a bank and less for things like recycling, roof services, property taxes, utilities, and more. Since its initial filing, the company has filed documents indicating an increased amount of liabilities. And then there's the pending civil suits.
They filed this bankruptcy to deal with the mass claims against them.
95 civil lawsuits from people who live nearby, accusing Water Gremlin of causing cancer, chronic illness, and wrongful death. Claims stemming from the plant's elevated and excessive emission of the now banned toxic chemical TCE.
While at first it might seem like this is, sort of an escape plan, it really isn't, because those claims are still there. It's really a timeout. And here, once those complaints were served, I think that's what prompted was to say, okay, we have to deal with these 95 claims. How are we going to do that?
Maldonado says there's no telling if going before a judge, mediating a settlement, or this bankruptcy would be better financially for the impacted community. He thinks the most likely scenario now is the court will set up a settlement trust, and it could leave the door open for people who get sick in the future to file for funds.
How do we address all these claims, equitably, efficiently, and make people resolve these claims? And the bankruptcy code provides for that.
Amidst bankruptcy, the White Bear Township manufacturing plant is in motion to offload its operation.
Right now, the debtor and the Water Gremlin and their attorneys are really focused on the sale process. They want to try to bring in as much value as possible. And then after that is really when they're going to shift over to the plan and say, okay, how are we going to address all these competing interests?
Bids to buy Water Gremlin are due this week. Then there will be an auction and potential approval of sale, all before the end of the year.
By trying to bring in, do the sale process as soon as possible, that really brings some value to everyone. It's just after that, that's really where, things will need to be addressed in terms of, the unsecured creditors, the plaintiffs.
Jennifer Merrily, WCCO News.
In November, Water Gremlin told WCCO in part, "We have chosen this path to help position Water Gremlin for future success and provide an appropriate forum for definitively resolving pending litigation regarding the past use of TCE." It had no updated comment.